So hello, part 2, recognizing that narcissist innocence, and it's most poor about them. They are the worst victims, and the risk of manipulation, the potential risk that this type of videos are gonna be manipulated and prevented open communication between conscious people. So now, examples from my life of covert narcissistic abuse. I have written a mess, and since it's my personal experiences, it's hard for me. I'm probably gonna do it with time, like organized, but for me to, so I just pick these, whatever I have written down, and try not to feel so much, because it's traumatizing. I want to remind also that being raised with covert narcissistic parents, especially when it's both parents or the only parent, I would also say that the other parent, if the other parent isn't a narcissist, she or he is definitely a like closing their eyes, because there's no such upbringing with only one and the other one being an angel. It's logical. If you want, I can explain that in another video. Let me know. So narcissism, this type of raising up, the abusers view their child as an extension, like an arm, merely an insignificant arm of themselves. They don't want the victim to be independent. It's all about control. So now, some examples. My father, for instance, me having struggling with, I'm really trying to relate to that, possibly you, to help you figure out if you've been through something similar, like recognize something. So I finally in my life managed to create some sort of own income and to be independent, and I had my business. And back then I wasn't aware, I didn't understand, even though subconsciously I knew all the time. All of us, we know something is deeply wrong. So I was proud to show, look, this is my business and it's working, and first time in my life I'm making my own income, and I can only love you, parents, without asking for any income, money or help. I can love you independently. I didn't say those words, but that's was my feeling, like, look, I made it, be proud of me, Dad. And he went into my business. It's obvious it's really well done, so he couldn't say anything. Well, he did find one thing, and that's the only thing he did said in this visit, was that lamp, the crystal in that lamp is not real crystal. That's all he said. And it's not only that, he could be distracted, thinking of other things and accidentally just, but to describe that it's really covered is the face expression. You can feel that this person is not happy at all about your success. You can feel that you shouldn't succeed. It's like complete disapproval. It's 4 minutes, so I try to make it to 10 minutes and then continue to the next. Another thing, I have succeeded with my company, and my parents are secretly planning to destroy everything, but I didn't know back then. Maybe my mother didn't know yet, but I took her also to come and visit, and she also no happiness about her face. She, instead of sitting on a chair, which is normal, she sat on the floor as if my chairs were not didn't have value to sit on. I don't know, but I've always thought that she has Asperger, like Asperger syndrome, because her behavior is sometimes odd. But I think it's about narcissism. So just imagine your parent doing something odd, like you're showing something and there's just a distraction, doing something odd. Instead of doing the normal thing, they do something that just distracts you and forgets about your pride, you know. So she sits on the floor and starts crying, saying that she has lost her daughter. I really didn't understand. I just had my daughter. She was a baby still. My business was going perfectly. No weird things happening yet from them. Everything was going smoothly. Well, some weird things started happening already. But yeah. So trying to analyze it, I have lost my daughter right at the moment when you're successful. There's something they come up that is so negative. It's the timing. Why say those things at the timing when you're showing your pride, for instance? So focus on the timing when these odd things happen, okay? I asked my mother, this is also could be happen for many, similar. I asked my mother quite recently, like a few months ago actually, tell me something good for once, something good that I have done in my life. And she said that, oh yeah, I do remember when I was on the first grade, like 8-9 years old, I was disapproved. Disapproved? What? Duh? I was asking for something positive. I was disapproved to go one level higher up in a ice skating club. So that was the only thing that was good about me. Oh, really? I didn't, like, yeah, I remember kind of something. And just focus, if you recognize yourself in such memory, that they remind you of your failures. It can be as bad as that they have themselves created this situation, if the situation was even real. So now there's 1 minute left. Okay. Oh, this is the only that is not really even, the last thing is not even really covered narcissistic, typical covered narcissistic behavior. My mother, she hit me when I didn't have anywhere to live. I lost all of my rights. So there was a moment when I lost everything, and I didn't have anywhere to sleep. So I decided, I was as stupid as to decide, well, I just had to, because I had my little daughter. I was scared of the authorities. So I went to sleep there, and the mother ended up on hitting me from nowhere, of no reason. We were discussing something, but it was not with high. I didn't feel any high pressure at all. So maybe she did. And I had her meet my psychologist. Not because of this, but so he mentioned this, that you had hit your grown-up daughter. Like back then I was like 35 or something. When she didn't have anywhere to live, that puts her in quite a vulnerable situation. Like, I don't know what he said exactly, but I don't remember. And she denied. Well, of course she denies, but that's not covered. It's just denying of something clear. So it's not covered because she actually hit, and I know that she hit me. And it's interesting that in the end, it was like, this is really not covered, and she knows that I know. And she knows that my psychologist knows that I'm pretty honest. So in the end, she said that, of course I did hit her, she said. Of course did I hit her. As if without explaining why. And then she avoided, I don't know if he changed subject, I don't think so. I think she just avoided talking why, because I never heard the reason why. I need to add another thing to this. It's already 12 minutes. Well, once she said that I'm such a bad mother, with other words, always in a covered way. And I got upset and took off her hat, that you're not going anywhere. She was saying something mean, I just leaving. So I pulled off her hat. And she threw herself on the floor as if I had pulled her, like physically, being physically violent. And then she was like crying and like shaking and covering her head as if I would keep hitting her. It's interesting, I don't feel anger now that I'm telling. So it seems like this is good therapy for me too. Well, it might be good for you. 2 flies in a one hit in English, I guess. At least in Swedish it's called like that. That's love. That's love. Like giving is receiving. Oh, beautiful. I guess that's enough. No, I forgot to describe this. What's that? That she hit me. Was that where we were? Yeah, that's not narcissistic. But yet this other that's yes, narcissistic. Sorry, my English. I'm not gonna delete this video. It's not covered narcissistic when you hit and make clear. Covered narcissistic is definitely the one that I pull off the hat and she makes me think, and I felt that, oh, am I this violent? Wow, what a cruel person I am. But thanks to the covered narcissistic videos that I have seen online, recognizing exactly what I have feeling myself. So this, I hope, helps you also recognize, like, you're not crazy. Don't ever doubt yourself. Don't ever doubt your intuition. And let's just feel sorrow for narcissists. No hate. Because that's their way of living in a denial. There's a reason why they are the way they are, okay? Love and peace.